Alright, this is the Medusatron optical sequencer. Basically it's a sequencer, and the voltage of each step is controlled by a light-dependent resistor, and we have some LEDs on the end of these stalks. So the sequencer makes the LEDs flash and sequence, and the distance between the LED and the LDR controls the voltage at each step, which in turn controls the pitch of whatever you've got it hooked up to, or the intensity of whatever you're modulating. So I'm going to go ahead and hang you up here. Don't get dizzy. Hold on. And we're going to turn this on and give you an idea of what we got. So first of all, we have a rate knob, which controls the speed. I'm going to turn that nice and slow. And I've made this guy so he goes very slow for doing modulation over long distances of time for ambient stuff. But of course, you know, it can also give you things at regular note rates. Now we have a clock input. We also have an onboard clock, and we have two clock outputs. One gives you a pulse for every sequence cycle, and one gives you a pulse for every step. So there's a lot of versatility in how we can hook this up to modular gear and other synthesizers and sequencers and whatnot. So I'm going to take the first modulation source out and plug it into the pitch of the awesome microbrute. And let's see what that's going to give us. Let's speed this guy up. And we have two output channels on this sequencer. So we can hook this up to multiple things and get the same patterns, but slightly different because the LEDs are a little bit far apart, so they give you different voltages. Each source output has a voltage control, voltage divider knob here that allows you to really tune it into different kind of gear that requires different voltages. My microbrute likes different voltages than, say, my Korg modular. So there we go. I got another output here, and we're going to go ahead and hook that up to the filter. We'll drop that cutoff. And you can see how that's affecting that filter and giving you some nice little rhythmic elements there. Now if I drop this guy down slow, I can use him to control the overall pitch of the onboard step sequencer on the Artura microbrute. And that gives you some really cool musical effects and little changes over time. I like doing kind of modular, noisy, ambient kind of things. So having that long duration of change is really kind of conducive to what I do. I like generative patches that I can walk away from and let them play themselves, that will change over time and not just be the same 16 or 32 notes over and over again. The microbrute has a really great built-in step sequencer, but this really opens it up and allows that variation over time that you're not going to get with it by itself. Another thing I like to do with this is, as you notice, you can get really cool warbly effects by slapping those wires around and letting them move around, and that gives you nice little kind of vibratos and stuff. So this guy's great for controlling all kinds of things. I've even used this to control clocks on other things. So if you have a voltage controlled oscillator that's set to like LFO kind of speeds, you can have things that slow down and speed up over time. This guy's really fun. And I built two of these units, so I'm going to be using this a lot on some upcoming videos and let these guys interact with each other. It's really cool to like take this light and put it on the other unit and vice versa, and you can build up kind of a polyrhythmic modulation. So that's the Medusatron optical sequencer. Thanks for stopping by.